Welcome to Pacific Estate Planning, a professional law corporation. My name is Andrew Wertheim. I'm a California licensed attorney with over 13 years of combined business and legal experience. I am a patented inventor, a business owner, and to date I have drafted over 150 estate plans. I have a lot of experience in this field. I'm older than I look, but I am young enough that when you need me, I'll still be here. My primary practice areas are estate planning and business law. And almost daily I get asked, Andrew, what is an estate plan? At its core, an estate plan asks and then answers, if you were to pass away tomorrow, who's going to raise your kids? Who's going to inherit from you? At what ages and under what terms? We've all heard of the stories of the 18-year-old who receives money from mom and dad and they blow through it within 6 months. A revocable trust is going to protect against that. It's going to offer them creditor protection as well, and it'll avoid the probate court, which can be a 2 to 5 year long proceeding, incredibly expensive and very advantageous to avoid. More importantly though, an estate plan is about protecting you. At some point in your life, you're going to experience real vulnerability. It could be a car accident and arriving at the hospital unconscious. It could be COVID. It could be growing old, getting Alzheimer's or dementia. And at that time, who is going to make medical decisions for you if you're not able to make them yourself? Don't you want to choose? Don't you want to make sure the person you want to have that authority actually does have that authority? Well, an advanced healthcare directive is going to do that. It's going to give your loved one the power to fight for your life at the hospital, to talk to your doctors, choose your surgeries, to switch doctors, or to transfer you to a different facility. That's one aspect of estate planning. The other end of it is who's going to be authorized and who do you choose to be authorized to run your finances during a period where you can't run them yourself? Who has the authority to open your mail, to pay your bills, to run your company? We want to make sure you have a life to get back to after you recover. And that's what an estate plan will do for you. Now, I do business law as well. I'm a business owner myself. I love business, and forming your first company can be incredibly exciting. I'll be excited right there with you. We'll go through the different entities, whether you need a C Corp, an S Corp, or an LLC. More importantly though, we'll go over your professional license. I've formed liquor companies, I've formed law firms, and construction companies, and I have found that each government licensing board has very particular requirements for the company itself, either in the bylaws or the operating agreement. We want to make sure your company is valid under California law. We want to make sure that we adhere to the corporate formalities so that you get the liability protection you deserve. But perhaps more importantly, we want to make sure we don't invalidate your professional license due to the clauses in the documents themselves. I have the expertise that you need to make sure this doesn't happen. Now, I also form companies from an estate planning perspective. I find that most of the operating agreements or bylaws that I review, they tend to have specific provisions in them specifically restricting the transfer of the company into a trust. Well, your company is likely your most lucrative asset. We're going to want to make sure that it's inside your trust and that it avoids probate court after you pass away. We want a smooth transition so that the next generation can take over and so that we don't incur court fees when we don't need to. On the other end, we want to make sure the trust has the specific provisions needed to actually operate and manage that company. And finally, you need an attorney who knows how to do the transfer. For instance, with corporations, we have to cancel stock certificates out of your name and reissue them into the name of your trust. These are two very different areas of the law that happen to be blended together. And I have a unique experience where I can competently represent you in both. So my name is Andrew Wertheim. Pacific Estate Planning is my professional law corporation. So please call me right now. I'm very excited to meet you.